Welcome to the Concept Kitchen.
I got an idea to cook up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is our first episode, huh?
Yes.
Our very first one. So we have no idea what we're doing, basically, right?
No idea.
No idea. So we're just going to see how this goes.
Mostly unscripted. We just have like a
Yes.
concept and idea that we've been thinking about and thought it'd be interesting for other people to think about too.
So, in case you missed our little intro video, which you should check out, I was just thinking about how we are so distracted and so have so little time to sit down and focus.
Yeah.
And that reminded me of this topic that you mentioned you wanted to talk about.
Uh-huh.
All right. So you've got something about time for us to discuss, and we're not talking about
Not the time-space continuum.
no, nothing crazy like that, right? So, what do you got for us? What do you want to talk about today?
I guess it's all about like wasting time.
Wasting
time. Or,
okay.
you know, it's funny because people have all sorts of things we say about time. We waste time. You want to buy some time if you need to like stall.
Yeah.
But you also want to kill time.
Oh, okay.
Those are kind of like opposites. Why you kill something that you really don't like.
It's true.
But then you also really like time because you want more and more of it. You want to buy time if you could, trade money for it. But it just seems really weird that we have these three, many different ways, if you think about it, to talk about time. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what I was thinking about and wondering what your thoughts were on.
Yeah, that is really, I guess you could say, strange.
Very
right?
strange.
That,
very strange.
We so often say we want to kill time, or we look for time killers.
There's a website called
wasters.
Time Wasters. I don't know if it's still out there, but there used to be a website like that.
Yeah.
I used to play like all these flash games to waste time. I don't know why I did that, but it was a lot of fun. But I'm like, man, I could have used that time so much more wisely.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So yeah, it's really interesting. We seek that out, right?
We do.
But then on the other side, we are always complaining about how we don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
not enough hours in the day.
Yes, I don't know how many times I said, I don't have enough time to do everything I want.
Yeah.
Or everything I even need to do, sometimes it feels like, right?
Yeah.
So why in the world would we want to kill time?
I don't know.
This is a great topic for us to start our podcast out on. So
for sure.
Yeah, so what do you got? What do you got for us in this topic?
Well, okay, so I guess if you think about that phrase, killing, what are the things you want to kill?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
What do we want to kill? I mean, hopefully not too many things.
Not literally. Like, I hope no one's out there killing anybody.
That's right.
If you are, we don't condone it.
That's true.
But, we want to kill things we don't like. Right?
Yeah, of course. You're right. Yeah, if you're going to kill, or like, I guess another way to put it is to like get rid of.
Yeah,
yes,
sure.
get rid of. Wow, mind meld right there.
It's fine.
Yeah, we want to get rid of things we don't like, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. What are some things you want to kill? I don't know, for some reason.
People you don't like, sure.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, all right. So you want to kill time, right? But you also want to kill, kind of the feeling that you get. Because sometimes,
That's true.
if you get really angry at someone, you want to get rid of that person because that person is making you feel angry. So there's that thing out there that makes you feel like, like bad or whatever it may be.
I see.
So I think something about time makes us feel bad.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I've never thought about that. But something about time makes us react in a way that is if we want to like kill someone.
There's something about time that makes us not like it.
Oh, interesting.
But there's also something about time that makes us really like it and want more. Really, of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. That's super trippy, man.
Yeah, it's super trippy. I've been chewing on that for a long time.
Yeah, let's dig into that. Let's sink into that a bit, because man, I think something that paradoxical, right?
Yeah.
Paradoxical.
Yeah, that's the word.
Must like kind of point to something probably deeper about us as people.
I think so. I mean, we have all sorts of things like that where you just don't really think about it, right? But here we are saying things like that.
So in any case, any thoughts on this? That
I mean, okay, so one thing we know about time is that we all have very little of it, like literally, because no one lives forever.
That's true.
Everyone dies.
Gee, thanks, man.
I'm just saying it like it is.
That's
maybe
true.
80 years, 90 years, however many. None of us have enough.
So as an absolute rule, right, we have a limited amount of time.
Right.
And that applies to everyone, as far as we know.
That's why you feel stressed when you're like waiting for the elevator. You're like pressing that button, waiting for the elevator to come down, wanting to get back to what you were doing.
Dang, that all connects back to dying.
Sure.
Shoot, man.
Or like loading screens, same thing. Like you're waiting for your game to load or whatever, and it takes forever. And
even though it's literally only like 15 seconds, it feels like oh my gosh, this game
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah. Like you don't want to
takes
waste your
forever.
time looking at a loading screen. That doesn't feel like a good use of your time.
No, totally not.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true. So we have this limited time, and that obviously we would hate wasting it then, right? And so then why the heck do we try to waste it sometimes?
Yeah.
I'm guessing, I don't know, what you mentioned makes me guess that it's something about the way we don't like about time. Something we don't like about time. Somehow in our response, we don't like maybe this limited time, I guess. Or is that what you're suggesting?
Exactly. So, I mean, there's time wasters, but there's also like things that you use as distractions. I think that's kind of more what we're sort of talking about. Like, you waste time because you want a distraction from whatever it is you're doing. I don't know about you, but I procrastinate.
Okay.
I'm a really bad procrastinator. Fun fact, for my college essay to get going to Berkeley, I basically didn't start on it until like 3 p.m. the day it was due.
Shoot.
It was due like at 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. I started at like 3 p.m. and I was like, oh yeah, I got this. And I was writing it with my friends. It was like around 8 p.m. and all of a sudden the power went out. So like
what are the chances of that, man?
No, it was true. It was like a stormy, rainy day, but I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, what if like cell phones are down, electricity's down? How am I going to submit my essay by midnight
the one
if
time the power
goes
out?
Luckily, the power came back on. It was fine, but it was like, that's the kind of person I am. I procrastinate a lot.
I
but
see.
I do it because I'm distracting myself from the fact that, man, there's a lot of pressure. I'm going to like, this will make or break whether or not I get into the college that I want. So I'm stressing out. I don't want to feel that stress. So I'm going to do this other thing which makes me feels better. Like, I don't know, shockwave games or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, not to interrupt you, but this is like, another paradox here, right? You feel pressure to get something difficult done by a time deadline.
Yeah.
So what do?
Yeah.
Waste the precious time that you have.
It's super ironic. Self-sabotage.
Yes, totally.
That.
Like the last thing you need is less time.
It's true.
Right? Because the pressure's on.
It's true.
And yet you said to distract yourself or make yourself not think about that pressure.
Yeah.
You want to just waste time.
And you want to kill it.
Yeah.
You want to get rid of it.
I guess the sad thing is that kind of story is like super relatable, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many times, like, there's clearly, I know what I need to do. Like, I guess school's a classic example. I'm not in school anymore, but the wounds are fresh.
Yeah.
In college, my first math class in college, I thought I was awesome at math. Growing up, took AP Calc, aced it, got a 5, no problem.
Feel that?
Go to Berkeley, first calculus class.
Humble brag, light flex.
I'm like,
go ahead.
Oh my gosh, this is so hard.
Okay.
And like, obviously, I actually need to study. I need to read the textbook. I need to practice. I need to do my homework.
Yeah.
But what do I do? Anything but that, right? Because just the thought of sitting down and like doing the hard work and like having to think about these really hard things, I don't want. It feels uncomfortable. So in my newfound freedom in the dorms, I just played Team Fortress 2 all day.
TF2, okay.
Yes, that was my distraction my freshman year of college.
Yeah.
And it's so ironic. And I'm sure many people relate to the procrastinating part, especially with school.
Yeah.
But that links back to that bigger issue of, man, just in general, we have limited time.
Yeah.
And yet, I guess, I don't know, maybe the connection is we feel the pressure of our impending death.
Yeah.
So we distract ourselves from that? Is it really that like direct?
I don't know, man. I think so. I think it makes sense. You can let that percolate and marinate your brain a little bit. You can chew on it for a little bit. I haven't really thought of another solution for why it is we have these phrases for these things. I think the reason why we have the phrases shows that we as people are a certain way. Kind of shapes who we really are and how we feel as people. So might be reflective of reality if that's the case.
Yeah. I mean, it seems really depressing, I guess.
Yeah.
Like to think, wow, I'm here scrolling through videos I'm not ever going to watch even. I just want to look at the thumbnails.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Because I'm afraid of, or like, I know I'm going to die.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, that seems to maybe over dramatize it, but it's
it's subconscious though, right? No one's going to be like, I think I'm going to die, so I'm going to distract myself. Like you're not thinking about that in the moment.
Yeah, it's true. That's how deeply ingrained I guess it is.
It has to be. Otherwise, I think we would all freak out and never basically do anything. I'd be terrified.
Yeah.
If I always constantly thought about that.
Interesting, man. That's deep, man.
I mean,
that's
what we do here in the Concept Kitchen.
Yes. So I don't know. Yeah, like you said, I don't know if we have a solution to that.
Yeah.
Did you think of any or? Had any
Uh,
thoughts about that?
I mean, I have an idea.
Uh,
I think, okay, well, first of all, I think what it shows is that we as people want a lot more time than we have.
yes, that's
And
facts. That's for
sure,
sure.
facts right there. I don't know why exactly we want more time than we have, but it feels kind of like humans may have been made for more time than we have the time to experience things.
Yeah, that's an interesting
Yeah.
way to put it, right? Because like, in one sense, it's obvious why we want more time,
Yeah.
right? We don't want to die, but we do also get. Usually, most of us get a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean, in
Actually.
comparison, yeah.
Yeah, especially when you compare to past generations,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Where the expected life or life expectancy was
You just
so
work
much
until-
less.
yeah.
And yeah, you spend 10, 12 hours a day working, go to sleep, and that's it. Now we have all this leisure time.
What is YouTube?
Yeah,
Like,
we have all this extra time, right? That's been
Yeah.
that's kind of been the goal of society, right? Is
Right.
to get us more free time.
that's true.
And yet we still feel like there's not enough.
And- Mm-hmm.
And so much so that we waste it. What the heck? So anyway,
Yeah, I mean, it all comes back to kind of what we were talking about in the intro. Like, we don't want to think. For whatever reason, there's something
that makes us uncomfortable.
something that makes us uncomfortable about time, and we don't want to think about it. So maybe that's why we scroll through TikTok or YouTube or whatever it may be. And I don't know. I don't quite know how to like fix it.
Sure.
It's not like previous generations never felt this because they didn't have TikTok or YouTube. They probably felt it, but had it kind of play out a different way.
Yeah.
But I think it's just very interesting to me and to hopefully some of you that we have these really interesting ways of dealing and thinking about time that, we're not really sure what to do with if you really think about it, but hardly anyone ever does because I never did.
Yeah. Yeah, man, this is like a perfect intro episode, I think, for us because that's what we want to really encourage people to do is not waste their time, but actually sit down.
Think about it.
Think about
let concepts kind of
like,
chew on those ideas.
How does life work? Like, why are we like this? What does this show about you as a person, us as people in general?
Yeah.
So, man.
I don't have all the answers. I don't know about you, but I'm not a credentialed whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
no
just
way.
a regular
Yeah,
guy.
we're just a couple guys just talking here.
Yeah.
But man, thanks for that. We might have to do a sequel to this. See if we come up with any.
If we have the time for it,
Oh gosh, if we don't run out of time because we're so busy making this podcast now.
I got you. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, that's just a taste of what we do here in the Concept Kitchen.
Cook up ideas,
I hope that was interesting for you. And like we said, we don't have answers here.
Yeah.
Might find some along the way, but maybe, why don't you put down in the comments any thoughts you have about time? Why do we kill time? Why do we distract ourselves when we want more time?
If you have any examples yourselves of things you want to talk about, like why is it that in life we say things like this, but also say things like these? If you have those ideas and thoughts, put them in the
let
comments
us know.
below.
We'll start throwing some dishes together for that.
I like that one.
And see how many.
We'll dish it out.
How many puns we can come up with.
We love puns, by the way.
So, in any case, thank you for joining us on our first episode. We're learning how to do this. It's going to be a little rough, but I think it'll be fun.
We'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah, so we'll catch y'all next time in the kitchen.
Take care, everyone.
All right, bye.